Make sure that it's the right side on the chair.
Right screen, you're gonna see it.
So tell me what's going on now. So what I see is gonna be there. Yeah. Okay. And sit at the front and bring down right here. Hey, John, welcome. Neil? Virgin.
That's all right. They're amazing. Yeah, I absolutely love it. They're really gorgeous kids. Absolutely. So, we're gonna be getting started. So, Jared, Paul, yeah, here. Yeah, go ahead. No, it's okay because whatever you do,
That's the event.
Could I just ask everybody to get ready to start? We're going to be starting in a couple of minutes. So to do that, hello, attention please. Hello. We're going to get started in a couple of minutes. So I just wanted to get everybody ready for that. If you have a cell phone, if you could please turn it off or turn it on silent. For anybody that doesn't know, the washrooms are right at the back. And get comfortable, grab a chair, and you're in for a real treat. In a few minutes, we'll be starting. Thank you. What about the music back? You don't have to do this now. No. Oh, you turned it right up?
Yeah. Because we're gonna do videos.
So from the sound, so we did go for this was I live in Lagos for most of my work life. So some of the days I go to the south, but
So you've been back home?
Last month, I went to
Okay, so for your small time. Yeah, did you see your family here?
so the family put my wife and kids here. After we moved here last year, I was really looking for them.
Oh, okay. Where do you think? Scotland. Wow. Did you like it here? Yeah. What did you like about it here?
Compared to my
I'm pretty sure you like nothing. Don't trust me.
I think it's just easier.
Yeah. What do you like? Okay. So you another video?
Oh, essentially, you go walking to the
Okay.
yeah, you come walking. So you lots of different circles.
Gotcha. Well, I'd like to.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
I'd like to welcome you all here this evening. I know everybody's busy and you've taken time out of your busy day to come and learn some really important information. In these economic times, it's good to get ideas and ways that we can save money through taxes, and you're going to learn all about that tonight. My name is Karen Hardy, and I have the honor and privilege of introducing our guest speaker tonight. He came all the way from Toronto with his significant other to spend time with us, to teach us here in Alberta, where it's much needed right now with our economy, to learn how to save taxes and to empower us. He's very much a people person, and he's very, very knowledgeable and experienced in this area. So I would really like to welcome our guest speaker, Mr. Anil Ramcharitar from Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Thanks, sir. It's we say Toronto, right? So if you say Toronto, you're an outsider. That's when we catch you. So how's everyone today?
Awesome.
Awesome. You know, I want to be present to everybody. Just give me a second. Because I don't want to be in my head. I just want to be out here with you. So, I want to thank all of you for being here today. Because you could have been anywhere else and doing there's stuff going on. I'm sure the game is on. Some game is on. Or it could have been the mosquitoes. You could have had any reason not to be here. However, you're here, and I want to give it back to you for taking time out to be here. And I want to welcome, I know we have people from around Canada and the US on the webinar right now, and also Australia and Europe and other parts of the world. Because what I'm about to share with you, Canada and the US set the standard or pace for tax write-offs and deductions, and the rest of the world has been taking it on. So, usually don't we set standards or set things in motion, right? And then people start, falling into place. So what I'm about to share with you tonight is very powerful. It transformed my life 20 years ago when I moved here from Trinidad as an immigrant. See, I didn't know about this because on the islands, we don't have tax write-offs. So that was another reason I was grateful for becoming a Canadian citizen, was what the government had put in place for us to benefit. And this is what I'm about to share with you is very powerful. It's been around since the 1800s, except very few people know about it. 9 out of 10 Canadians don't know. They've heard conversations, maybe they've seen a commercial, maybe they've run across it on the web, but no one's actually taken time to look at this. And we teach this every Monday here. So what I'm about to share with you, if you have anybody with a job within a 3 to 5 hour driving distance, you want to get them here every Monday. We also have this online with the webinar. So wherever they are in North America, they can also sit in the comfort of their home and see this. And We also have this recorded, so it's available 24/7. So anyone can click on it and go through it. So tonight, even though we're going to be talking about taxes, I'm not going to keep this boring. As you can tell, I'm not a boring person, right? I'm all about color and flair. So tonight we're going to have some fun. How's that?
Yes.
If it ain't fun, count me out, okay? And that goes for everything in life. So you're probably wondering who this gentleman is. And the reason I have him up here, he's been assisting Callie and I with our taxes because he's very astute and very knowledgeable about taxes. He's called a forensic accountant, which means he's not just an accountant. He's an accountant's accountant. He trains accountants, and he's very knowledgeable. He has over 30 years experience doing Canadian military audits for the Canadian military. He's worked with the Canadian government, the IRS, and he's done audits around the world, like Germany and other countries. And what's really cool is, what we've discovered is he can go 6 years back on your income tax and see if you've missed anything. Now, the reason I bring him up here is, you may have a great accountant. However, I want to share something with you right now I had to learn the hard way. Not all accountants are created equal. Just like not every doctor is created equal. You ever been to a doctor and like your tummy hurts, and he's like, we gotta cut you open. And then you go, wait a second, doc. Let me go check, get a second opinion, and then you go and you find out you had gas, right? You had a little too much curry or chili, right? And you go, and you took some Tums, and you will find out Pepto-Bismol. It's the same in business. It's the same with accounting. Not all accountants are created equal, and not all accountants want to do home-based business tax deductions. So you want to make sure your accountant knows what they're doing. Or if it's your brother-in-law, be nice. Like, don't say you're fired, right? Say, look, I'm going to get a second opinion because I want to make sure I'm getting all the tax deductions I can get, especially if you have a job, because that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So Robert is someone you can contact. He will give you a free estimate on your taxes. He will look through your stuff for free. He won't charge you anything till he's assessed it. And we've had people in my life, in the last few months, he's got like $10,000 refunds for them that they didn't know existed, and he went back 6 years on their taxes. And he's done over 200 audits, and he hasn't lost one. So he's a great accountant. I just wanted to say that. And he's in Toronto, but that's okay. Like, you can phone him. Just tell him you spoke to Anil, okay? Now, I just want all of you to read this so you don't sue me. I'm not an accountant. I don't work for the CRA or the IRS. I am not a tax expert. However, I'm very knowledgeable on tax write-offs because I use it in my own life and business, and I've taught people for 20 years that I've worked with in business how to do that. So I just want to make sure all of you, like, you don't get mad at me and come after me. Just, make sure you get a good accountant. So you guys promise not to sue Anil? Or to tie me to a pole, right? Something. So why are you here? So tonight's about you. So for all of you in the room that have a job or you're not sure if you're writing off stuff properly, just be very present tonight with what I'm about to show you, okay? Here's the question. Would you rather want $1 saved or $1 earned? Anyone? $1 saved, anyone?
Yeah, $1 saved.
$1 saved, anyone? It's Bill, right? Yeah, I like Bill. Yeah, you got to pick one, Bill. Which one?
I guess.
Okay, so they're both good, but how many people understand $1 saved is $1? $1 earned is about 70 cents because you got to pay tax on it, right? Just some food for thought. Would you like a $17,000 raise or a $10,000 tax refund? Yeah, for those of you who have seen this before, right? What about the guests? Bill? Well, a $10,000 tax refund is more than $17,000 raise. And if you've ever gotten a raise, you know what I'm talking about. That's just below $9,000. Because taxes come off that. This is no taxes off that. That's clear, okay? So the reason why we have this slide is to get you to start thinking, okay? So, question, do you feel you pay too much in unnecessary taxes?
Yes.
Yeah. No, notice how it doesn't say, do you feel you pay too much in taxes? Because, taxes are necessary for a lot of stuff, like roads. I want an ambulance when I need one, right? Fire truck, right?
The world cannot see the screen, so they can only
They
see
can only
this
see
one.
you.
So, yeah, there you go. Can you?
My screen.
There you go. We'll just.
Thank you.
Okay, can you have someone check in messages, please? Okay.
Thank you.
So who here likes paying high taxes? Right, notice I didn't say taxes, I said high taxes, unnecessary taxes, right? Are you aware of the taxes you pay in Canada? Maybe not. It's okay, don't feel bad, okay? Let's not get stuck in the past. We're gonna figure this out. Okay, so let's go to this. Oh, thank you. Okay, so I want to show you directly from Wikipedia. Wikipedia is a very informational thing that will teach us about taxes. So when we look at taxes, let me just scroll up here. How many of you are aware of that we have to pay income tax? Right? So your paycheck, they take out the taxes, right? And then they give you what's left over, okay? So that's one tax. How many of you believe there's a second tax? Okay? So let's talk about the second tax. The second tax is payroll tax. Okay, so CPP and unemployment, EI. It should be called, shouldn't it be called employment tax? Why is it called unemployment tax? It's employment, right? It should be called unemployment insurance, not employment insurance. That's what I meant, okay? So for those of you who pay CPP, what is the current retirement age? 67. They took it from 65 to 67. What's the average per month now that Canadians get for CPP? Yeah, 300, 500, 600, which is also taxed. Did we lose the? I think it's. Did we lose something?
Yeah, just I'm not sure. Where is that?
Just the rest of the world can't see us, so just bear with us.
No, where did the go to webinar go?
Really?
Oh, I didn't realize no one can see me either.
My screen, maybe?
My screen is this
Maybe
one.
it should be.
Maybe my screen will show them the slides. So let me go to my screen.
Somebody can confirm on me, we're on
But what
the,
he's doing Safari right now. Pro.
oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he definitely.
So why don't you make it my screen, because whatever's on my screen will be.
Yes.
No, because if it's there, they can only see here.
It's the exact same.
All right, you guys are there.
Anyway. Let me, can somebody confirm and message me
Now we're seeing
online?
a little box. Oh, okay, so. it's-
Thank you for
Yeah.
your patience.
So while they're doing all that, how many of us understand that with the Canadian pension, it's not enough for people to live off? So you work 40 hours a week for 40 years of your life to retire on less than 40% of what was not enough to live off in the first place. And that's where a lot of Canadians are finding themselves, and even Albertans, they're finding themselves in that situation right now, where they get to retirement and it's like disappointed, okay? And then what about unemployment insurance, EI? What if you kept your job your entire life? How much of that did you get for yourself? Nothing. So you're paying into something that you may never possibly use. In fact, I always joke around. Sometimes, it's good to like quit your job for like a year and go back and get another one, right? Just so you can enjoy your EI, right? But most of us won't do that. Okay? You're right, you get pregnant. That's okay. Go to the next slide, because that's just, okay. Are we good?
I'm not sure.
Bring up Safari again. Now, what if I told you guys there's a second tax? With that, the taxes that come off your dollar, so let's take me back. Okay, it's here. Is it? Here, right? With the taxes that come off your income, what is the next tax you pay? Sales tax. So with the money left over from that dollar, that income tax came off, now you're left with pennies to go shop. And then we have to pay HST, PST, whatever, GST, right? Now, what if I told you there was a third tax on your dollar, on the same dollar? Would you believe me? Like, don't get depressed, right? Good, I can do that. Perfect. It's called excise tax. So for those of you that smoke, drink alcohol, and pump gasoline, there's an excise tax. So it's tax on top of that. So on the same dollar that you paid income tax, you paid a sales tax, then you paid an excise tax. And for those of you who have an air conditioning in your car, you paid a $100 air conditioning unit tax when you bought your vehicle. 3 taxes on the same dollar. So what's the moral of the story? Stop drinking and smoking. I'm just kidding. And don't drive, right? So it sounds kind of silly, but how many people actually take time to think about that? So that same dollar you're working hard for, you're left with very little in your pocket. And what's going on in Alberta right now, some people are left with a negative, never mind very little in your pocket. Because the cost of living is not slowing down for you, the cost of living is going up, right? I'm not sure if you guys remember, June 6th, there was an article in the paper, Tax Freedom Day. So up till June 6th, you worked for the government. After June 6th, you were able to keep everything you worked for. How many people like working half of the year for free? Not me, right? So very important to realize, folks. Okay, there we go. Okay, what about fees? Does anyone recognize any of these fees? Okay, hunting fee, fishing fee, there's also boating license, driver's license. Why do we have to pay $120 for a little sticker on a plate? Who came up with that idea? Okay. What about renewing marriage license? Then you pay again at divorce, right? You pay at both ends, right? Sticker, recycling, if you're recycling tires, your cell phone, sometimes you have to recycle electronics. What else? Can you think of any other fees? I have a belief. Pretty soon we're going to be paying for oxygen. Pretty soon we'll be paying to breathe.
When you fill your tire up, you're paying for it.
Right, okay? And I think we pay for emission testing, right? Isn't that like paying for oxygen, right? So this might as well, sorry, Karen? Pet licenses, all kind of licenses, right? This might as well be a fourth tax. Because where does this money go? The government.
What about property tax?
Yeah, property tax.
School tax, and how many people here have kids?
Yeah.
The school tax too?
Yeah. Corporate tax. Then for those of you that
School fees.
yeah, for those of you who have properties that you own and you want to will them to your children, you have do your will, because there's also taxes on that, transfer tax and all kind of tax.
And transfer tax.
Yeah. Okay. So
Every time you turn on the tap, if you go away on holidays, they still charge you for sewer.
yeah. Right. So tonight, please don't be shocked, because when you look at your check stub or check your pay stub, you're gonna see how much taxes are taken off your income. So thanks to the Premier, now like if you earn over $200,000, you're at 53%. So how many of you want to work hard or be a high income earner and pay half your income back to the government? Not me. Not me. Okay? So we pay high as 53% on income tax. What? So it almost sounds like to get ahead is not worth it. Right? It almost sounds like, to do the bare minimum is the best. Okay? However, tonight we're going to show you some stuff that's going to blow your mind, that's going to empower you not to think that way, where you can earn $200,000 and more. And we're going to show you how to keep the majority of that. Okay? And again, that's because of the CRA. It's not my rules. Okay? Okay, now this is very important. This gentleman, Mr. Sandy Bodkin, he is a former IRS attorney and the author of Lawyer Taxes Big Time. He said you would have to be brain dead not to start a home-based business. Because in order to have tax write-offs, in order to have deductions against your income, you must have a home-based business, because that's what the CRA has put in place for you to write off your mobile, like it looks here, cell phone, internet, computer, business, startup costs, advertising, trips that involve business, a percentage of your rent or mortgage. Because don't you pay, like for the first 20, 25 years, you pay interest on your mortgage before you start paying for your mortgage, right? So this is someone who trained IRS staff. So he was like at the top of the food chain, you could say. So he's an expert on this. In fact, I'm gonna play a video right now that I'm gonna hear you listen to what he has to say. So this is really cool, because this is not from me again, this is from him.
Hi, this is Sandy Barkin, author of the best-selling book, Lower Your Taxes Big Time. Over the past 20 years, I have taught thousands of home-based business owners how to save millions on their taxes. I spent 3 years in the tax department of the international accounting firm Touche Ross, and also 5 years as a legal specialist in the Office of the Chief Counsel for the Internal Revenue Service. Currently, I'm the CEO of the Tax Reduction Institute. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to explain why you'd be brain dead not to have a home-based business. I believe you will find that this is going to be the most important 4 minutes of your life when it comes to your financial future. So you may want to take some notes and put aside anything that might distract you. First of all, I want to emphasize something right up front. The rich know something that most people don't know. They have a secret. And the secret is that we have 2 tax systems in the United States. Now, when I say that, most people think that there's one for the rich and one for the poor. That's not quite true. There's one to make you rich, and then there's one to make you poor. There's one for employees, which is designed to take your wealth and make you poor, because you are taxed on $1. And then there's one for self-employed individuals, which is designed to create economic growth. And the reason for that is that small business generates over 70% of the job growth in North America. It is not IBM, it's not Microsoft or American Airlines, it's small business. So Congress passes good tax laws for small business. In fact, the important point is that small business get to take deductions first before they pay any taxes. Unlike employees who have to pay taxes on $1. You can save big money by taking advantage of these good tax laws. And these laws are available to you in business, whether it's full-time in business or part-time or just in your spare time. It doesn't matter as long as you run your business with an honest expectation of profit, which means you're really trying to make money. In fact, if you know what you're doing in a small business, you have the potential to write off part of your house, your spouse, the equivalent of your kids' education and weddings. I'm not kidding when I say that, by the way. You can set up a pension plan that makes any government plan seem paltry by comparison. The potential is just enormous. Good proof of this was illustrated by a lady named Jane Bryan Quinn. Jane Bryan Quinn is a nationally syndicated economist. You may have heard of her. She is a nationally known commentator on personal finance, with books and columns read and trusted by millions. She did a study of a couple who made $40,000 a year. And $40,000 didn't go that far. So the husband said to the wife, honey, you got to go out and get a job, which she did. And she made an extra $20,000. Now they're looking at their bank account and they see no difference at the end of the year. I mean, she's making $20,000 more than she made the year before. What's going on? Did you ever hear that you have to have 2 incomes to make it in this country? You know why? You're about to get a 6-month financial planning course in the next few minutes. Follow along as I show you why the extra job was the wrong decision. The following example is based on 2009 tax rates. On that $20,000, they have to pay $4,845 in new federal and state taxes. Most of that was non-deductible. They have to pay Social Security of 7.65%. On $20,000, that's $1,530 of Social Security, which is non-deductible. We assume that they drove 10 miles a day round trip. And that's probably pretty conservative, I think. But let's go with that. 10 miles a day, round trip, 5 days a week, 52 weeks a year at IRS's current 55-cent a mile rate. That's $1,430 of commuting, which is non-deductible. We assume lunch is at work, and we assume that they spent $7 a day, 5 days a week, 50 weeks a year, that's $1,750 of lunches, which is non-deductible. We assume that you have to have clothing, better clothing, in fact, if you're working, more upkeep, because now you're working, you're going to have more dry cleaning, and that's gone up by at least $1,200 over not working. And finally, with both spouses working, you think they want to cook? Heck no, they want to eat out. Where their food costs have gone up by at least $2,000. What about childcare? I bet you they spend at least $125 a week in our example. I'm not sure we can get childcare for 3 kids for $125. But $125 a week, 50 weeks a year is $6,250 in childcare. Most of that is non-deductible. In fact, we get us a little bit of a credit on that. Out of the $20,000 they've earned from the part-time job, they are only left with a staggering $995 a year. They're putting in tons of hours working. They're putting up with a commute. And they're putting up with a boss that is spelled backwards, double S-O-B. I know it sounds funny, but it really isn't. And people are working 2 jobs, 3 jobs, and nobody is able to watch their kids. So what's the answer? The answer is to take advantage of the greatest tax write-offs available in America. And that is by having a home-based business and working that business like a business. Nothing can be better than that. Because if you know what you're doing, you can write off, as I mentioned, part of your house, your spouse, the equivalent of your kid's education and weddings. You can set up a pension plan that makes any government plan seem paltry by comparison, and there's much more than just the tax benefits. For example, you get tremendous time freedom. You can work out of your home. You dictate your own hours and not be subject to the boss's whims. If you need to go somewhere, or go to your kids' basketball games, or go to your son's or daughter's music lessons or concerts, you can do that. There's no commute. There's no liability, or very little liability with home-based businesses. You don't have any employees, and you can make unlimited income. That's probably the most important factor for having home-based business. There is no glass ceiling of any type. Having a home-based business is probably the smartest thing that anyone can do. And what amazes me is that people will work overtime to try to get ahead in the company, when frankly they should be putting in as little time as possible to avoid getting fired and getting a part-time home-based business going. Who knows? Maybe that business will generate enough money where you can quit your job altogether. Wouldn't that be nice? That's the point. Having a home-based business will generate enormous benefits for yourself and your family. It's something you should really consider, and it will make your life a lot less taxing. I would strongly encourage you to carefully evaluate and get started with your own home-based business today. The tax benefits are incredible, but a home business has so much more to offer. Extra income, being your own boss, financial security, setting your own hours, working from the comfort of your home, more time with family, and the list goes on and on. Most importantly, you are working on your dream instead of someone else's. Now that's the beautiful thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that wasn't from Manil. That's from Sandy Botkin, who worked and trained the IRS. And he's an IRS attorney. So that means he was in court representing clients and corporations. So that's a sobering video. Very, very, very cool. And it's on YouTube. Okay? Now, here's somebody else who talks about paying unnecessary taxes. Anybody recognize Mr. Robert Kiyosaki? Rich Dad, Poor Dad, that book changed my life. Okay? Because I have a poor dad, right? So he said the tax laws are not fair. They are written for the rich and by the rich. If you want to be rich, you need to use the same tax laws the rich use. You see, when I moved to Trinidad with my suitcase and my flip-flops, I had to learn that because, sometimes we get into this mindset, well, how come the rich pay less taxes than I do? Well, they don't. They're just smart with their money. You just need to learn how they think and then do what they do. Because it's interesting that someone rich is telling us that. So it's no secret. Except Canadians, a lot of Canadians and Americans won't take the time. They just complain about their life. So I used to be that way, and I used to be like, well, I pay a lot of taxes, and then one of my friends says, no, rich dad, poor dad. And then I saw the Sandy Botkin video, and then I transformed my thinking and my mindset. And that's why I stand in front of you with a clicker, is because I had to make that switch in my mindset. So don't feel bad if you didn't know about this. Tonight is your night, okay? Here's something from the Fraser Institute that was done in 2014, showing a double income family making $77,381. When you look at all their deductions, they paid $32,000 in taxes, which is almost half, which is 41.8%, and now it's higher. And look what it says here. According to the Fraser Institute, taxes have grown more rapidly than any other single expenditure for the average Canadian family. Since 1961, taxes have increased by 1,832%, compared to 1,375%, with shelter expenditures 620% for clothing and 546% for food. So the cost of living is going up quicker than we can create income to put food on the table. And all of you know what's going on in Alberta right now. So there's a reason why is because maybe, just maybe, some people have not taken the time to educate themselves on what's their rights as Canadians and what's available to them. So tonight, with you seeing this, you can now take this to your friends and family and go, hey, you want to keep more of your income? And later on, for those of you that want to stick around, I'm going to show you how to create extra income based on what I'm showing you here, okay? Should be fine. Okay, what about the stupid things the government does with our money? Right? And when we say black eyed peas, we don't mean the ones in the can, right? And the list can go on and on. You don't want to know. Remember when they made that giant loonie?
Oh, yeah.
It was what, $30,000 to create this giant, and there wasn't even any chocolate in it, right? So that was the part that got me mad. You're gonna spend $30,000 on giant loonie, put some chocolate in it. So what are the rules on what you can't deduct? Well, let's again go to the CRA, because again, this is not something I made up last night on see what it says here. Okay, and for all of you, if a website doesn't end in art.gc.ca, it's a scam. There are some websites out there that mirror or try and pretend it's a CRA. Make sure it has that on the URL. Okay, that's something I didn't know as well. Okay, so let's show you guys what the government has put in place for all of us. It's on your T2125. It's right on your tax form. You notice the lines. However, hire an accountant, a good accountant, and pay the $200 a year. Don't try and fill this out yourself. Your time is more valuable spent making money, not trying to fill out a tax form to save $200. Because you could miss stuff. How many of us are expert on tax laws? Right, so don't try and fill out your form. And make sure it's a good, qualified accountant. H&R Block. Okay, and if you work for H&R Block, nothing personal, but they do mass taxes. They don't take time to go through your taxes with a fine-tooth comb. A good accountant will. Okay. So what can you write off? Well, for those of you who have jobs, all these expenses right now, you're not getting nothing back on it. So let's talk about it. Advertising. In my business, I wear my products. Alligator shoes, that's advertising. 100% tax deductible. Because I'm advertising my product. So I buy this watch, I can write it off as an expense. You go to the store and buy your watch right now, you can't. Okay, so we'll talk about that. What else? You can write off some bad debt. Interesting. For those of you who are stressed out about debt. Business startup cost. In order to have tax write-offs, you must have a business. So we're going to show you later on a business that you can actually have where you can actually write off stuff. Okay, and that startup cost is tax deductible, which is fantastic. What else can we talk about here? Fuel costs. Business use of home expenses. What's business home of use expenses? The government allows you to write up to 20% of your home as a business expense. Imagine if you have a little office or a little desk with a computer. So if your home's 1,000 square feet, how much can you write off? 200, up to 20%. What else can you write off? Well, when I work from home, I need the 80-inch curved television so I can see Facebook and I can see my emails. That's a write-off. right? Because I have to see my work. That's too small. That's also a write-off your laptop. My cell phone's a write-off because I need it for business. Okay, I use it for home. Okay, coffee machine. Anyone else want to shout some stuff out? Water cooler. Anything else? Paper.
Fish tank?
Fish tank. Aquarium stocks write-off because the government wants me to stay calm. Right? Especially in Alberta, people are stressing right now. We need to relax, right? So an aquarium is fully tax deductible.
No, we're not getting an aquarium.
And if you want, see Callie, she can.
That was fun.
Okay. What about fuel costs for your home? So, gas into your home if you have natural gas. Fuel costs for your car. Did all of you drive to get here? Right, a percentage is tax deductible. We can show you how to do that. Insurance for your home, insurance for the car. Interest on your mortgage. Most homes you pay like the first 20, 25 years just interest. Okay, before you even start paying for the house, right? Then legal and accounting fees, your accounting fees tax deductible, maintenance and repairs, renovations, maybe you put in a new water heater, whatever. You put in a deck, right? So, that's some of that is tax deductible. What else? Meals and entertainment. According to the CRA, 50% of all your meals are tax deductible. Because in order to write meals off, you have to be eating with someone. Because they expect that you will be talking about your business. So if you and I go to Starbucks, I can write off your coffee, not mine. So 50%. Okay? What else can you write off? What's entertainment? Well, let's just say I need to take all of you tonight to the baseball game as my business partners or as my clients. All that's tax deductible. I can write off the baseball game. Let's just say I want to take all of you to the club and I buy a round of shots. All that's tax deductible. Alcohol is tax deductible. Actually, when I say that, some people go, "What? Alcohol? That alone, I'm sold," right? Right? So think about that, because the government understands you got to spend that money to entertain your clients or your business partners. Tax deductible. Before you couldn't write it off if you threw something at your home, not deductible. Okay? So start doing that calculation in your brain of the money you spent over the years. So office expenses, your desk, your chair, your coffee machine, filing cabinet, paper clips, paper, ink for the printer. Like, is ink more expensive than the printer? Yes? Okay. What else? Golfing. Golfing is tax deductible because you could be golfing with your partners. You could be golfing, you could take a client out golfing. Yes, 100% deductible. Okay. Who will golf more? Yes, absolutely. Okay. And as long as you have receipts and you write on the receipt, we'll show you all that in a minute. Rent, a portion of your rent, tax deductible. Supplies, like paper, ink, whatever, deductible. Telephone and utilities, deductible, because you need that to run your business from home. Okay. Travel, this is a cool one. 2 scenarios. I went to Mexico, and while in Mexico, I talked about my business. Not 100% deductible, a portion is. Second scenario, my business is in Mexico, so I went to Mexico to expand my business. 100% deductible. Airfare, hotel, car rental, deductible. Now, we are in a business, or I'm in a business that's in 164 countries. So if I travel to any of those 164 countries, it's deductible. Sometimes I talk to realtors in the room or mortgage brokers and they come to me and go, "I write stuff off." Really? Can you sell a house in Spain? No. So if you go to Spain today, can you write that trip off? No. You can only write off with real estate where you work legally, which is usually the province or the city, right? I can go to Spain right now and write off that whole trip because my business is in Spain, and we'll talk about that. So a lot of realtors are joining our business because now they're expanding their footprint with deductibility. Okay? And then there's other expenses. Can anyone name any others if you know that tax deductible? What is the most smartest one you can have? I think it's really cool. A lot of the grocery chains and stuff have come up with it is gift cards. Mm-hmm. Gift cards are 100% tax deductible, not cash. So next time you go to Sobeys, before you check out, buy a gift card from Sobeys and pay your groceries with your gift card. It's 100% deductible.
So how do you show that?
Easy, you save the gift card and the receipt.
Yeah.
And you put it in the, we'll show you all that in a minute. Next time you go to the LCBO, get a gift card before you check out with your vodka. Because you buy vodka for a business meeting at your home. I like to do shots before I do presentations, right? So that's tax deductible. Actually, we should have had that tonight. Right? It's tax deductible, right? So there's a lot of things people don't know, okay? Ladies, you want to buy your man a suit, get him a gift card. And he takes the gift card, let's just say he doesn't want the suit. I'll leave it. And he says, you know what, I don't need the gift card for the suit. I bought you a purse. 100% tax deductible. Right? Oh, sorry, I got muted there for a second. Right? So so gift cards, use gift cards. Okay? We can talk more about that after. Someone had their hand up?
Yeah, I have a question. I don't know if you might know this, but is there, like, for people that actually don't drive, that they're actually like an incentive, like, oh, well, you're not actually like, emitting like CO2 and everything, you're not actually like using up extra fossil fuels and whatnot, like, is there any, good for you, here's some extra money because you're not doing anything against it?
I don't know how that relates to tax deductions, but you may want to call your local government office and find out. Yeah. Or a bus pass, that's tax deductible.
Well, yeah, I claim those.
Yeah, I don't know, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Ask your accountant, especially if they're good with this, or call your local government office, don't tell me. I don't know, that's a very good question. I don't know, but when you find out, please let me know.
Well, especially with like the new like government policies of like trying to like do more like environmentally friendly and everything.
I don't know how that would fit into tax write-offs, because are you spending money on that?
Mm-hmm.
You are?
Sorry?
Are you spending money on that?
Well, no, I mean, because I'm not actually like I don't own I don't own the vehicle.
Okay, tax write-offs are only towards expenses.
Yeah.
So if you're not,
Well, yeah, so like I'm towards the bus passes. Yeah, I know
yeah,
that.
it's only towards money you spend from your income, from your job.
Yeah.
But if it's not on this list, yeah, you have to call your local government office and talk to a tax accountant. I've never heard that, so I don't know. It's only what's on this list. Yeah. No, don't apologize. It's a very good question. I just don't know. And like I say, if you find out, please let me know, because it's another right.
Yeah.
It would be a write-off to say that it'd be an incentive
To not drive.
to not drive and not own the vehicle.
Yeah, no, not me. No. I like cars. Maybe that's why I don't know about that write-off. Like, don't drive your Lamborghini, and you're like, what? So, now how to track your expenses. You want to keep everything, okay? So this is critical, okay? For all of you with a job, you should be writing this down, okay? You want to keep all your receipts, invoices, bills, everything. Does anybody have a receipt on them?
Yeah. I just said no.
Okay, anybody? It's okay, don't worry about it. I wanted to show you something. Okay. Oh, awesome. Victoria's Secrets, right? It's shallow. I gotta pick that kid. So you want to keep everything. So this is a gas receipt. So there's online tools where you can file it. There's simple spreadsheets like Excel. There's iPhone apps and Android apps where you can actually take a photo and upload it into the cloud. And Sandy Botkin, you just saw, he designed and owns TaxBot. So you can have a subscription. Callie, what is TaxBot per month?
$20 and it's a write-off.
$20 a month, okay? And you can upload, the government considers photos as legal, okay?
They also have GPS, so if you're coming to and from meetings, it tracks your mileage and adds that in as well. So it's a really, really simple system to use.
Right, and also you can get a little accordion thing, the little one, we keep one in the car, and Callie has it labeled restaurant, gas, stuff like that, so we stick the receipt in it. Now, question, how many of you know the spades? So you want to put like your name of your business, who you were with, the date, and the amount. You always want to do that because this lasts about 6-7 years and then it's blank. It will erase. And if you hand, let's just say you get audited and you hand the accountant your box of receipts or the CRA agent, and one is blank, they can cancel everything, and then you're in trouble. So make sure you label your receipts and write with black ink. It takes like 2 seconds. So, and I'll teach all of you something right now. Every time I fill up with gas or pay a bill at a restaurant, I'll ask the person serving me for a pen, and then I'll write my business, which is Global Well Trade. I'll write GWT. I'm with Callie or Anne Marie. I'll put the date and time and the amount right in front of them, and they usually go, "What are you doing?" I go, "Well, I'm writing on the receipt so I can get a portion of this back from the government because I have a home-based business. So I can show you how to do this too." So I do it right in front of people. And I'll be like, "Give me your pen. What's the date today?" And I'll be writing, and there'll be a lineup waiting to pay gas, and I don't care. It's like, and the person's like, "What are you doing?" And I did that this week in a Petrocan, and the lady goes, "What are you doing?" And I told her, and she goes, "I want to learn what you're up to because I pay a lot of taxes."
You write in the front of that.
Right on the front. Yeah. You can write on the back too, because if it fades, it doesn't really matter. Okay? Does that make sense? Now, as you do your taxes and you work with your accountant, that's why it's important to have an accountant. If ever you get audited, your accountant, make sure your accountant can represent you with an audit. Okay? My accountant does. I remember I was in Trinidad and I got audited because I bought a 750 IL BMW cash, and the government's like, "What?" And so I got audited, and my accountant represented me, so I didn't have to fly back. So that was worth paying the couple $100 a year, okay? Because I'm not flying back from Trinidad for no audit. So how do you track your expenses? Write down everything. So my business, and the one I'm going to talk about, we weren't done really quickly, is called GWT, it's called Global Well Trade, so I put it on the invoice, on the receipt. Who was there? So I was having coffee with Anne Marie, or I came to the tax presentation. If you notice, Callie's taking photos of the presentation tonight. We're going to post this on Facebook. Facebook is considered a legal entity when it comes to audits. I can prove I was here because we have photos and it's timestamped on Facebook. So if the CRA goes, "Where were you on August whatever at 7:30? Well, here's my Facebook. "Oh, you're doing a tax presentation. Okay, 100% deducted. Okay. Rewrite the date and the amount, like I covered, purpose of the meeting. Sometimes I will put like acronyms like I for introduction on the receipt, T for tour, P for presentation, T for training, because I meet business partners for training, R for referrals, J for join, F you. I'll put that on the receipt, right, to follow up. So just make sure you label the receipt. Make sure I promise you guys you're going to have fun today. Make sure you label the receipt properly, okay, very, very important. It takes like 2 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, it'll save you so much heartache. Because remember, you're busy with your job. You don't want to spend a lot of time on something, okay? Now, let's do the tax exercise. How many of you would like to see what your refund would look like?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Right? So let's do that right now. So can I get everybody who is come on, work. If you're a guest, please put your hand up. And for those of you who are already in a business, already in a home-based business, still do the exercise, please. Because I want all of you to really understand what's available to you, because you could be missing some stuff that you're unaware of. Whoa. I may need my, I may need my,
It's on the right side. On the training and master list, go under that here, and then under D, scroll down.
so
I don't know why it's like that.
it's because of the platform probably. Okay, so I'll do it all with you. And remember, just work with me here. You don't have to have it exactly as it is. Just do your best to remember. If you don't, your tax accountant will handle it for you. So here's the form. All of you have one? Okay, let's do it together. So I brought mine up. Well, an example. So with cell, you want to put your monthly cell bill, and use your calculator on your phone if you want. And all of you on the webinar as well around the world, we have Australia, we have Canada, the US, and other parts of the world, the UK. We got Germany online, cool. Let's do this. And for all of you who want to teach this as well, because I know you want to take this back to your town or city or province, learn this presentation. Because I came all the way from Toronto and drove 3,600 kilometers and came here a few days ago to teach this. So you can take this to Red Deer, Edmonton, Vancouver, Kamloops. You can take this back to your city and teach it. Okay. So let's do this. Okay. So sell, and let's get through this quick so we can finish on time. Internet, and remember, if you don't know the exact amount, kind of guesstimate. The reason is I want you guys to sort of get a feeling for this. Meals. Remember meals. Remember meals are 50%. Okay. Now, if everyone could sort of work with me here. Keith. How do I scroll? Yeah, show me how to scroll.
I know, right?
Okay, got it. Okay.
A month or a week?
Actually, can you do it for me, please? Let's bring up the car section. With the car section, can I have everybody's attention really quickly? With the car section, put in your insurance for the year, the fuel, kind of guesstimate how much you spend. Usually people spend like $100 a month on fuel. This is an old spreadsheet. Kind of guesstimate. And then it doesn't matter if it's lease or finance. Okay? It doesn't matter if it's lease or finance, you can write off how fit this. Okay? And remember, if you have a job, if I can everyone's attention quickly, if you have a job and then you use your vehicle after hours on weekends for your business, the government expects like 50% for your job, 50% for your work, for your business. In some cases, it could be higher, it could be 60, 40, 70, 30, 80, 20, your accountant will figure that out. But for now, just put 50%. Okay? Just hypothetically, let's just say you use your vehicle for half and half. Work, your job, and your business. Yes, sir.
Insurance is just for the one.
Just use one for now. Keep it simple. Oh, I got it.
Half of that is 35. So that's what you put here, 35. Okay.
Yeah. And thanks, Amarjit and Anne-Marie for helping out.
Yeah, absolutely. So meals and entertainment, so how much do you spend?
Yeah. And if anyone feels stuck with anything, please put your hand up so we can.
Office, so what do you pay for office, like computers, cell phones?
Yeah.
So if they already bought a computer, and they, because of this depreciate, and
Yeah,
they,
you write out the depreciation. Okay. Yeah.
okay.
Paper clips, pens, coffee.
If you don't pay any lease or finance loans,
You
How
own
much was your computer when you bought it?
it. What is
Or
it?
if you had it?
You own, you bought it, you write off against the depreciation. So whatever the cost of the vehicle is currently. So if your vehicle is worth $19,000 right now, if your vehicle is worth $19,000 right now and you own it, you put that in that sheet.
What would you put in promotion?
Promotion would be gift cards, baseball tickets, Home Depot. Like if you give your client, right? Pardon me?
Specific promotion, kind of, off the top of my head, I can't figure that out.
Promotion would be anything you spend money on with your business. So it could be you may give a client a business card. Like, no, because you're an employee, you may want to leave that blank because you're
Yeah.
not.
Oh, okay, okay. But because I own a business like in the fashion, all the gifts that I do, that could be in promotion and things like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Or for anybody in the room who has a business already, but they're not writing any promotions on, that's, but you don't have a business in your name, okay, so that's.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, questions, how much is your travel for you?
Huh?
Half that year.
How much was that
What's the
trip
question?
4 years ago?
How much you write off for?
Oh, 100%.
Okay, then sales about 1 grand, 800 grand. We're talking 800.
So, you know, a typical trip is like that, grand, 1,500, right? So.
Yes,
we
Dave?
like that.
Huh? For now, Dave asked this question, everyone. Put for the business for now, put $335.99, and I'll explain that when I'm done in the next. So let's put that for now.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And how
Thanks,
much do
David.
you spend for rent and mortgage?
Let's pretend you started a business for $3,599.
200.
So for rent or home,
Hmm?
do you take a 3%? Okay. So that's, yeah. You put 420, and then plus 12, and 5,000 for the repair.
And remember, everyone, this is a rough guesstimate. Your accountant will go deeper into your numbers. David?
So your car transit is top in the entire section.
Transit is 100% deductible, unless you're using your, like bus transit. If you use the bus pass for work and business, you write off 50%. It's always 50%.
That's your entire expense every year.
Unless you use,
It's not like you can stop, right?
unless you use 100% of it for your business, you put 100%.
So what do we do with the expenses? I'm assuming you're gonna share with them?
Yes, so can I have everyone's attention? So with the car expenses, you notice if you use 50% for your job and then you use 50% for your business, you take the total of all of these numbers and you divide it by 50%, so 19,348 is now 9,674. And then you go back up to the top and you put it in here.
Yeah.
Okay, and if it's a bus pass, you put 50% of the total bus pass in here. Okay? Because remember, you're using your bus pass for work, and later on you run your business with your bus pass, like after work hours.
And then what do you do with, are you gonna show us what you do with the total?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
I'll wait.
It's okay. And then you total it all up, and it comes to this total. Okay? I just want to make sure everybody's there. So when everybody has put this total in the total expenses, just look up at me. Okay? It's okay. Take a couple more minutes if you want.
I'll just get up.
Yeah, you're just doing a rough exercise tonight, just to get an idea. Yeah. You're probably going to get way more back on your taxes, but this is just a rough measure. Huh? I won't come on with the screen behind me. Okay? So for the sake of time, I want to keep moving. Amarjit, for the sake of time, I just want to keep moving. You can fill it up still as you go. And then you bring that total down here in this slot, and then kind of figure out what percentage you're paying on your income based on. Now this is an old form. It's the highest is now 53%. So our taxes went up to 53%, not 42. So just figure out which income bracket you're in. And then you put that amount here, and then you times the amount by your expenses, and that'll give you your refund. Okay?
You should probably explain that the document that we're looking at is different.
16 to
Yes. Yes. So yeah, so this is an Ontario form. So
Yeah,
this one-
I have the Alberta form.
Yeah,
Just following.
yeah. And again, this is a rough guesstimate. It's not, you know, perfect. I just want all of you to get used to doing the exercise. That's the whole purpose of this. Okay?
Yeah.
Pretty interesting, eh?
Okay, they're gonna get their total?
Yes. On our end.
Okay, we're all good? Okay, how do you feel? Right? Question? Go ahead.
Under the tax bracket, it's their income, not our expenses that is involved
Yes.
to determine, right?
What you mean?
Here?
That'll tell you, that's your total
Well,
expense.
where it says approximate tax bracket, 0.31,000.
Yeah, that's your income.
The income, not the.
Yes, that's your income. So for example, good question. If you're earning between 31,000 and 80,000, you're in the 31% tax bracket. So you notice how this is 2883? So you're somewhere around here. So say 25%. Say 31. Just. Is that too tiny for you? Yeah, it's really tiny.
Well, you can listen to this. Yeah, it's probably better. Maybe.
No? On the sheet is not, it's still tiny. Okay, so we're good?
The tax bracket and tax rate are the same thing?
No, the tax bracket is the income you have at your job, yearly
How do you
income.
know the rate?
The rate is right here based on the income. So if you're earning between 31 to 80,000 working for Syncrude, you're paying 31% in taxes. That comes off your paycheck every year.
Right.
Okay? Which is ouch.
Yeah.
Okay? And if you're making over $200,000 a year, thanks to Mr. Trudeau, you're up to 53%. This is old.
That's a pretty.
53. So put 50, if you're making over 200,000 a year, put 53% here. Which is ouch, ouch. Because that's over $103,000 of your income that you pay on tax. Wow. Okay, where does that money go? So, okay, so let's go back to the presentation. So in order to qualify for what you see on your sheet, that refund, whatever it is,
Yeah.
you must have a sole proprietorship. If not, you'll never get that refund. I want to make that very clear to everybody. You need to have a sole proprietorship. Okay? And you now can fill out your tax return on a T2125. Before, all you got from work was a what? T4. That's it. That's all you had access to. Now, the government puts you in a different bracket, a different category. Now, you have refunds. You have expenses to write off against. Very powerful, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? So, you want to total you want to watch a total from your expenses and get a hold of a certified accountant to go through your expenses. Okay? Now, these slides are also available on our website. It's called www.gwt.com. We can give them to you too if you want, okay? Because none of this is secret, okay? Now, food for thought. Has anyone ever found money on the floor? Yeah. I found $100 recently right in front of a restaurant in Toronto. What do? Well, I'll tackle you for it, right? You pick it up. What would you do with a tax refund of $5,000? Yeah, what would you do? Yeah. Some people say they pay off debt. That's all, right? Right, now look at the refund on your sheet. Did that come to you last year? Did it come to you the year before? The year before, the year before, the year before. Now time that total times 5, right? So don't feel bad you didn't know. You can stop that insanity tonight. Okay? Look at, even if it's $1,000, it's still $1,000. Okay? What could you use an extra $1,000? Right?
$1,000 saved is like $1,500.
Right. So if you found a way to save $3,000 to $9,000, I promise you all of you have more than $3,000 if you're working full time. Would you not be doing a favor by sharing this with your friends and family? Like, people ask me, Anil, how do you do so well in business and in financial? It's because I empower people with this. I teach this. So we do this every Monday here, and we can even meet someone for you over a coffee. I have people going to the recorded version 24 hours a day, 7 days a week and watching. So I can show this to someone all day, all week, all month. Now think about what you can do for people in Alberta who are worried about what's going on right now, with their incomes being lowered and lowered and lowered. Imagine if you could show them how to get some of that back against your expenses. So this is very powerful stuff. So can you see how this can save you on taxes?
Yes.
Thank you, CRA. Are you interested in saving on taxes?
Yes.
If there was a good time to start saving on taxes, when would that be?
Yeah.
So how do you feel about what you learned today, you guys?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So let's conclude. So food for thought. Oh, why am I going through this again? Okay, so look at the amount on your line with your tax saving amount and ask yourself this question: how many years have I not been getting that check? Right? You can stop that. And that's just a rough exercise we did tonight. You get a good accountant, I promise you it'll be higher. Okay? So, I'll let you guys digest this.
Yeah, really.
Because that's what we're doing. If we would pick up a $5 bill on the floor, every time you get a receipt for something, or every time you spend money, and you don't get a receipt to file it, you are leaving money on the floor. And in this case,
And you know, technically you're not actually putting it in the toilet, but as a parody, you are doing it to a shit.
thanks.
It's not really doing that in the toilet.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks.
It's shitty thing.
Thanks for. I'm glad you said it, and because I'm being recorded. So, yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's what you're doing every year with your income and your taxes. You're basically throwing money away. Now, think about that for a second. What could you do with that refund with your family, with your kids? With the, what would you do for yourself, right? So, grab the person who invited you and thank them. You owe them everything for this. And the question is, what do I have to do to get tax savings, a tax saving check right now? Also, who in your life also has a job you want to learn about what you learned tonight? The person who invited you will show you how to empower them as well, like with this, okay? Now, what I'm gonna do is, how many of you want to learn about a legitimate home-based business that you can have tax write-offs?
Yes.
Yes. Because in order to get that refund, you must have a business that the CRA approves of, that's legal, that can qualify for you to write off against your expenses in order to get that refund. We're going to break for 2 minutes for those of you who have to leave. And I'm going to come back up and share the next 20, 25 minutes really quickly, a business I highly recommend, and quite a few people in the room who have been a part of for years recommend that can qualify you to get what you see on your sheet. So is that cool with everyone?
Yes.
So we're going to break for 2 minutes, and we'll be back up. Again, my name is Anil Ramcharitar. I want to thank all of you for being here and listening to me with this tax presentation. Have yourself a wonderful week. Thank you. So people saw the screen after?
Yeah.
I want to see what they want. I want to type a message, but it's okay. Whoa. And that's just been a rough exercise.
Yeah.
Never mind if you get it. So if we can all get back together really quickly, that'd be awesome so we can get out of here. Please, everyone grab your seat. Please, thank you. I want to be quick here. Awesome, fantastic. Well, thanks everyone for sticking around. Let me, okay. So, according to the CRA, first of all, thanks for sticking around. According to the CRA, in order to have the tax write-offs we talked about, you must have a legal, legitimate, licensed home-based business in North America to write off against your income. Okay? So I'm going to share with you, or I'm just going to recommend tonight a home-based business that I highly consider, that I teach all over North America to people to use to write off against your income. Okay? So you can finish out. You can finish out later, AJ. So how many of you are okay with saving tonight?
Yes, yes,
So let's talk about making,
yes.
right? Because that's even better than saving. So we're going to show you how to save. So we're going to reduce the taxes that come off your income, so you get to keep more. And then we're going to show you how to make. So what's going on in Alberta right now and other parts of the province and around Canada, not just here, people are getting reductions in their incomes from 100,000 to 60,000. Now, does your lifestyle drop? No. Do your bills drop? No. So we want to get you back up to the 100,000. So the savings is going to assist. But let's show you how you can make, and on a part-time basis, I can teach all of you how to get back up to the lifestyle. Does that make sense? So this is, again, very important. So the company I'm going to talk to you about, we'll share in a minute. But let's just talk about a couple things quickly. Like Mr. Sandy Botkin shared, inflation is just rocking the globe, not just Alberta. Okay, housing up 31%, clothing, food, it's just nuts. Okay, so we're talking about a global epidemic, not just in Alberta. Okay, and most people are worried about retirement. 5% will retire wealthy. The other 95% are going to retire depending on a pension they can't live off. That's sad. Okay, I know I don't want a pension. Okay, so, and at my age, there will not be a pension. Okay, by the time I retire, the pension will be at 80, not 67. Okay, so these are some sobering thoughts. And wealthy people, 74% are business owners, 5% are wealthy, but 74% of the people who have wealth, who have time and money freedom together, because that's wealth. Wealth is not money. Wealth is time and money together. They're handled, it's taken care of. So that's what we're talking about here tonight, okay? So the company I'm going to share with all of you is called Global Wealth Trade. That's the company myself and quite a few people here are in. And we're so proud to be part of this company because we've been sharing this with people for 11 years. So don't feel bad if you just heard about it this evening, okay? Now you don't have to be part of this. You can go pick another legitimate home-based business. I just like this one, so I'm going to share it. Okay? We've been around 11 years. We're Canadian. Okay, so we're not an American company moving into Canada. We're Canadian. It's in fashion. How many of us have to wear clothes? Right? Shoes, belts, watch. Right? These are not fads. Right? It's not the Rubik's Cube. Right? We wear these things. How many of us wear name brands? Right? So yeah. So we're talking about something that everybody wants. And we're debt-free, we're a multi-million-dollar company, we're in 165 countries, and we have over 64,000 people around the world. So we're averaging about 600 people per country, which is nothing, that are part of our company. So do we have room for growth in Alberta? Yes. Okay, maybe about 600 Canadians are part of this. Let's just say 3,000 to make it generous, okay? And the brand mission of our company is to create 1,000 millionaires by 2025. Now, this may not be for you to become a millionaire, but can an extra 5,000, 3,000, 2,000 a month make a difference on top of your savings? Yeah, absolutely. That's how you get back up from the 60,000 to the $100,000 a year income that you used to have if you notice a reduction in your income or you know anybody. Okay. Our CEO has received numerous awards for what he's created, being Canadian. And the Better Business Bureau gave us an A+ rating, and we got a AAA rating from the direct sales industry. So out of 655 countries, we're number 20. I think that deserves a round of applause.
Yeah.
So that's why, excuse me, when I shared what I shared about the tax savings, what we're up to is not on trial. This is something we do. So I'm not in GWT to test the waters. It's not a hobby. I do this. And I teach other people how to have tax savings and making extra money. Okay? Now, why are we in this industry? Well, look at those numbers. We're in a growing, booming industry. The annual global fashion industry revenue is that, and that's our spending. Okay? Now, how big is $1.2 trillion? Well, it's 1.6 trillion will take care of the Canadian deficit. But how big is 1.2 trillion? Sometimes we throw those numbers around. I'll tell you, I did some Google. If you own every professional sporting club in the world, so NHL, NFL, tennis, soccer, you name it, curling, everything, you owned it. And you bought Apple computers, you still have 450 billion in your bank account. That's how big 1.2 trillion is. If you own, so you can buy the NFL and you can sing at Super Bowl. You could say, you know what, we don't need Katy Perry, I'm performing, right? And you can bring a little karaoke machine out, right? So that's how big 1.2 trillion is. However, look at what the luxury brands did. LV did 400 billion. The luxury brands did 400 billion. LV did almost 40 billion. Gucci did 16 billion. So if you have an LV bag or whatever on you, LV says thank you very much. But you did 40 billion. They did 40 billion. Now, do the luxury brands share their wealth with the public? No, we do. So imagine the power of combining fashion with the online sales industry. So we're going to talk about that. And again, we received numerous awards and accolades from third-party documentation. Sorry, I'll back that up. And I just want to be quick with this presentation because, again, you were mostly here for the taxes. I just want to show you this quickly. So yes, we're documented. So we can show you article after article after article about our company and people talking good about us, not us talking good about ourselves. And then we're featured on the Emmys, Golden Globe, TIFF. We're on Fuller House with Jodie Sweetin. She sort of sweetens our business, right? Because she promotes our products. And it's simply people wearing our fashion pieces, okay? And then the celebrities go on, and we've paid none of them. They called us. We've never paid a celebrity to endorse us. And what do most brands do? They pay Beyonce, they pay Kanye, they pay Jay-Z. That's cool. They have billboards on the highway, they run ads. We don't do any of that. The owner of the company, he says, I'm going to create millionaires and I'm going to create millions of dollars by empowering the public. So he pays us to wear his stuff. That's cool. That's cool. Okay? So let's talk about that. It's the ideal partnership. The company takes care of everything. So you can have your own little GWT membership where you can access the products wholesale rather than retail. It's like having a Costco membership. Any of you have a Costco membership? Yeah, it's the same concept. If ever you need to buy a dozen pianos, you have the memberships, right? So with GWT is the ideal partnership. They take care of everything to do with fashion. The shipping, the designing, the manufacturing, all of that stuff. Okay? All you have to do is tell a couple of people in your life about this, just like tonight. Someone told you about it to be here. So can you think of 2 people in your life with a job who pay high taxes and are worried about their income? 2. Yeah, introduce them to me or whoever else invited you down tonight. Okay? Make a difference in someone's life, they made a difference in yours tonight. So it's the ideal opportunity. It's the perfect marriage, I call it. For those of you that want to retire wealthy, have flexible hours, spend more time with your family, be at home, maybe time on the golf course. And around here, quadding, horseback riding, stuff like that, camping, hiking, working from home, and being your own boss. Now, some people worry about this. They're like, well, no, I don't know how to do this. It's okay. As you can tell, we're a family, we're a team. We'll teach you, okay? Someone had to teach me because I didn't know anything about this till someone shared it with me. So these are our 3 brands I'm going to share with you right now. How many of you know who owns Chaps, Club Monaco, and Paul? Ralph Lauren. Okay? So GWT owns 3 brands, Posh, Fairy Mosh. Posh is our inexpensive brand. It's available for families in countries that can't afford high-end. It starts at $25. Anyone wearing Posh in the room? Right. Shake your money maker, right? And Fairy is our celebrity brand. So over 400 celebrities have called us and wear our brand. And I'm wearing Fairy, I'm ferried out, right? I got the alligator shoes on, all that, right? See, when I was growing up on the islands, I didn't think I would wear alligator shoes. I was running from alligators, but I didn't think one day I would wear them, right? So it's really cool. And we have Merces, we have 950 Selenium, timepieces, shoes, shields, I mean, stuff we think about all the time, okay? And then our Fairy Marsh is called ultra luxury. So our Fairy Marsh goes up to $1 million. So we have from $25 up to $1 million, because there are people out there that will drop $1 million on a watch. I have friends like that. They're like, no problem. So imagine people out there who can invest. Maybe they're investors. Maybe they realize the Canadian dollar is not going to stay where it is. It may tank. Well, diamonds and silver and gold and stuff is always going up in value, and precious metals like rhodium. Okay, so you can share this with people like that. Do you have a friend getting married? They can buy their engagement ring through you. And if they save up for their ring, you can make a monthly income with them paying down on the ring. Isn't that cool? And I mean, it's just a powerful thing. And again, don't stress about understanding all this. We will teach you if you see something here for yourself. Now, when you think of starting your own traditional business, especially in fashion, how many of you agree it takes millions?
Oh, yeah, easily.
Okay, then you have to qualify. Because some of these fashion giants don't care about your millions of dollars. You must represent them properly. Rolex is not giving away stores. You must qualify for a Rolex store. Okay? And you must have liquid cash. It can't be the bank's money. It must be your money. Unencumbered money. Okay? And in some cases, you have to give them your firstborn. Right? GWT allows us to have the same and better business than this, because remember, when you have a store, you can only sell when people come to your store. But when you have an online business, what happens? You have access to the world. So have you guys been watching the news with Target and Gap and some other companies? What are they doing? They're closing their stores. Why? It's better to have it online. Easily accessibility. So I can have a Rolex store at the corner here. However, if I don't spend thousands of dollars per month in marketing and people come through my doors, I'm not going to get paid. However, if I have a global store online 24/7 that people can click from any country and buy, is that a better scenario? Yes. So GWT is not charging us this. Remember I said the company's mandate is to allow the public to be part of our company. So our top end package, like the Costco Platinum membership, is $35.99. It's called Diamond. Okay, so don't worry about that. I'll talk about that in a minute. And remember on the form, we talked about a home-based business startup of $35.99 to use against the tax write-offs to give you that refund. So in order to get that refund, you have to spend $35.99 on a business. But look what your refund amount is. Is it more than the startup cost? Yes.
Yeah.
So did you lose anything?
No.
No. For example, Chooks, you don't mind me sharing. If you don't mind me, your refund was?
5,846.
Right, so if you spent this, and you wrote off against your expenses with that, and your refund is 5,000, whatever it is, did you lose any money?
No.
No. Okay. So GWT takes care of everything. Okay, and we can answer more of your questions later on about that. I just want to get through this for the sake of time. Now, how does it work? The company gives you an online state-of-the-art website. We teach you how to do social media. If you want to have home parties and do this with wine and cheese and beers, we can show you how to do that. 100% tax deductible, by the way, like I covered. And we can do this in person. But these are stats around the world. Okay, 35% of people like doing social media, 49% like doing home parties, 79% like doing stuff in person. Okay, so let's talk to you about this. So this is the top package. However, let's just say you do want to do this, to start qualifying for those write-offs tonight. You can also come in at any one of these other packages, as low as $169. However, the packages come with upfront product and your discount. The reason I talk about Diamond is Diamond gives you the biggest discount on the products, so you get 40% off the products. So if someone goes to your website and buys a piece for $100, GWT keeps 60, what did you keep? 40, okay? If they go to your website and buy a $40,000 engagement ring, GWT keeps 30, and what do you keep? Right? So you notice how it can be quite lucrative, right? And then you get upfront shopping, so you can go and get some pieces for yourself. Okay? So the company is giving us back product for our business startup. So you're not spending money and not getting anything back. So do you have anything to lose? So if Chooks got a $5,000 refund on his income tax, it didn't cost him anything to get into GWT because he got some money back. He got $2,100 in free product. Okay, so how many of you would like some free alligator shoes, a nice watch? Okay, right? Am I getting through to you? And we can show you how you can do that tonight. Okay, come see me because I'm a Diamond member. How many Diamond members are in the room? So come see us. Okay. Now, if you can't afford Diamond, after we have a talk with you about ways to come up with the money, start somewhere and work your way up. You can start somewhere and pay the difference and work your way up. But this is where you want to be, okay? Because that's where you get paid the most. Okay, so let's go through this really quick. You don't have to worry about shipping. If, let's just say, your brother in India goes and clicks on something and buys something, GWT calls Federal Express, ships it. You don't have to worry about it. They collect the money, they handle the VAT, customs, all of that. You know, you can buy as much products as you want, buy and sell at your leisure, keep doing your job, do this part-time. I can show you how to do this a couple hours a week and make good money, okay? Because here's why. We have been programmed since birth, in order to make good money, we have to do what?
Work hard.
Work hard, 40, 50, 60 hours a week. Wealthy people don't work 40, 50, 60 hours a week. Where are they? Yeah, they're the golf balls. Hey Bob, you want to do a condo deal? Yeah. Okay, good. Let's go to the clubhouse, right? They don't work 40, 50, 60 hours a week. So you'd be fascinated when you go on the golf course and you kind of sneak in on conversations. What goes on? You'd be fascinated the stuff you can get in on. So GWTs, in order for you to stay active as a business in Canada to qualify for tax write-offs, on top of paying your one-time franchise fee or membership fee, all they say is put $150 a month or $75 or $35 into your account for shopping. Let's just show the CRA that you're running a legitimate business with activity going on it and it's active. Your website's running, people can go to it, can click on it. There's activity going on. The $150 is all you spend per month for Diamond. That goes into your shopping account. Now, can all of you say shopping?
Shopping.
Does anybody have a problem with shopping?
No.
In fact, ladies, when you feel sad, what do you call it?
Shopping. Shopping therapy.
Retail therapy. Right? And the guys, we feel sad when we see the bill, the visa bill.
Get the write-off.
Yeah, there we go. Right? So that's your monthly, because let's just say you bought a Tim Hortons. Are there monthly fees for a Tim Hortons?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, they take your 1.5 million and then you got to pay monthly for advertising and stuff like that. So GW says just pay 150 into your shopping account. It goes in your account. You can save up for a piece, let it accumulate, and that keeps your business active. And then just keep it that simple, ladies and gentlemen. We can show you more of this later. I just want to get through this. So here's an example. Someone goes to your website, they click on this emerald ring, fairy. Your wholesale cost is $227. The retail they paid for it was $363. You made $136. Now that could have been someone in Russia. It could have been someone in Nigeria. It could have been someone in Vancouver. It could have been someone in LA. It could have been someone in St. Lucia. It doesn't really matter. Remember, your mall's running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so you can be sleeping. Okay? Now, here's a question. How hard do you have to work right now at your job for $136? Imagine if this took place once a day, and that's extra money coming in. You think that can help the families here that are worried. Okay? Yes. Now, you can add a couple zeros because the piece could be more expensive. You do the math. This is just a simple piece. So we're already set up for online sales. We have stuff in catalogs. You can do home parties. The world's your oyster to market this, okay? Here's how I market my stuff. I take photos of it, wearing it, and I post it on Facebook. And I go, hey, would anybody like to find out how to get a watch like this? Simple little post like that, okay? We can teach you all that. Now, let's move along really quickly here. While you're learning how to run your business and while people are clicking on your website and shopping, the company also does something really cool. Because we don't spend any money in marketing or billboards or, like I say, paying Beyonce and Jay-Z and a whole bunch of people to promote us, the company pays you for sharing this with other people. So let's just say I got a Costco membership and I told Anne-Marie and she got a Costco membership and she told Chooks he wants one and he told Richard and Richard told Keith. It's out through word of mouth. What did that cost GWT? Nothing. So guess what they do with that upfront money they would spend on marketing and advertising budgets? They give it back to us.
Nice.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's just say you introduced me and I became a Palladium, you made 150 upfront. Here you go. Let's just say you introduced me, I started as a gold, you made 250. Here you go. I became a diamond member, which I did. You made 350. And that's a thank you because this is paid out when product moves. Because remember, those packages come with product. So we're not one of those pyramid things you hear about that's illegal. In illegal pyramids, products don't move. Okay, the only thing that moves is you going from your home to a jail cell. That's the only movement that takes place. You get arrested. We've been around 11 years and licensed in Canada and doing business in 165 countries before you heard about it. We're cool. We're solid, right? And do all your research. Don't go on Google and research stuff. Call your government office. Because you can post anything on Google, okay? It doesn't mean it's credible information, okay? So let's just say you made an extra $900 sharing this with 4 people tonight. Can anyone use an extra $900 this week? Yeah, this is on top of your income, on top of the tax write-offs. You see how things can start expanding for you. But you're not limited. Share this with as many people as possible. I personally have been doing this 7 months. I have shared this with 48 people. And those 48 have totaled 600. It's just, and I'm not saying that to boast. I'm just saying what is possible when we open up our minds to possibility, right? Your business can start spreading all over the world, and you can earn up to $10,000 a week with people launching their online shopping mall around the world. So start thinking about people in your life outside of this room that need to hear this, and let us know. We will show this to them on your behalf. So imagine you're at your job, and you introduce me to your brother, and I show this to your brother, and you got started. You're at work, and I got your brother started, and you got paid. Is that a good thing? Yeah, so that's what we do. Very quickly, as people become part of your team, and they launch their own online mall, the company pays you a percentage, up to 10% on anything they earn. And they also pay you a travel bonus. Because they know you're going to eventually want to travel to different parts of Canada, the US, and other parts of the world just to share your business. Remember I showed you in the tax exercise, your travel can be 100% deductible if it's your business? This is what I'm talking about. So now, ladies and gentlemen, your income is no longer based on you. So if the economy crashes, or that good job you have disappears, or your boss decides to drop your income from 100,000 to 60,000, you're no longer worried. Because who is in charge here? You. And by empowering other people, now you are not the only one responsible for your income. Now other people are. Because they're building their own businesses because you share this with them, now you make a little percentage. That's called time freedom. See, when I moved to Canada, I didn't know this existed. Someone had to teach me this. Because my dad and mom, their whole life had jobs. So we never as a family got paid this way. This is something I had to learn. So if you're someone who is ready in your life right now, and you're willing to learn a few different things and how you've been doing things up till now, let us know. And we'll teach it to you. Here's another quick slide. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. The company rewards us with global profit sharing. So as your business builds around the world, with you sharing with this with people, eventually it's going to spread. Like I said, I share this with a bunch of people. It's now in 27 countries, over 600 people. The company is going to give you a percentage of the global sales, the entire planet, doing sales in 165 countries. It's almost like getting that once a year bonus from your company. It's the same thing. But how many of us have never got that bonus check? Right? Now you can create it. Think about the money you've made for your company right now that you work for. And I'm not saying this to knock your job. Just think about it. And have they paid you a bonus because you're making them wealthy, okay? Now you're in control. Here's what our company also does as well. We're into lifestyle. So we get sent on cruises that are paid for. We go to 5-star exotic resorts that are paid for with 24/7 butler service. We're given cars that are paid for 18 months, prepaid, 18 months. You're not stuck with the lease, it's prepaid. Here's the keys. We'll see you in 18 months. And then we have an exotic car program. Miss Anne-Marie Chantel recently qualified for her free cruise, so we'll talk to her. So she's a single mom moving from Quebec to Alberta, rebuilding her life and getting settled here with Keith and building their family and stuff like that. She was very busy, raising her 10-year-old, but she took time out of her life to share this with a handful of people, and now she's qualified for a cruise. Now, is that fair? Yeah, I think so. I think if I work with people and empower them, I deserve a cruise. Think about the company you work for. When was the last time they sent you on a cruise on a 5-star exotic vacation? Right. And then we wonder why there is so much depression in Alberta. Why are we making all these companies rich and they're not looking after us and our families? I don't get that math. That doesn't add up. And people will have the gumption to come up to me and say, is this legal? And then I'll look at them and go, are you legal? Like, something is not right up here that you're going to give your life to a company and when they're done with you, they kick you to the curb. That makes no sense to me. So that's why it's important, ladies and gentlemen, to start making those mind shifts. Start thinking about your family. Start thinking about your well-being, your health. Because stress brings on disease. And some people are going to be stressed out right now. What's going on is going to bring on things. They don't even have the money to pay for those medical bills when they end up in ER and stuff like that. So this is serious matters here, okay? Because it's not just about a reduction in income and the economy tanking. It's people's health are going to be affected as well, okay? I've had people come up to me at presentations and go, Neil, if it wasn't for this tonight, I was gonna commit suicide. I've had people tell me that numerous times. I'm like, what? They go, yeah, thank you. I thought I had no hope. You saved my life. So now all of you understand why I'm passionate about what I do, okay? So GWT is also about giving back. We had to get to a profitable place, debt-free place first, before we could give back, but we have been giving back, okay? And if any of you in the room are attached to charities, fundraisers, community projects, come see me. I can show you how you can bless them. Here's how you bless them. They can become a GWT member. They can tell their database of members that they don't have to hand over to you because that's the biggest fear of a charity or fundraiser. Go on our website, buy a piece for yourself, a beautiful piece, and when you buy that piece, a percentage goes back to the charity. Now I'm working with the Cancer Society right now. We're sort of in talks. What if the Cancer Society said that to their database? And those people who are going to spend money anyways, giving to the Cancer Society, goes and clicks on the website and buys a piece they like, and a portion went to the Cancer Society. Is that a good thing? Mm-hmm. And the person got a nice watch out of it or a nice pair of shoes. So if you're working with a charity or you want to start a charity, or let me know. Okay, I've done this with school boards, fire departments, police departments, churches, you name it. Okay, because the government's not taking care of them. Okay, so we have to take care of them. So I know this is very tiny, but we should find out how to make this bigger. Because even I can't read that. This is basically saying the brands over the last 250 years, because LV is 250 years old from France, they've never shared their wealth with the public. They've kept it for their families. GWT, for the last 10 years, I've been laying the groundwork, and now we're here, and the spike is happening. That's why I'm on the road. I'm on the road because I understand timing in business. And we're right here. So you have a chance to be here. We've already laid the groundwork. All you gotta do is jump on board and work with us and enjoy the ride, okay? Because the brands are not sharing their wealth with us, GWT is, okay? So in conclusion, everything is available to us, ladies and gentlemen. We're internet-based. We have top-of-the-line customer service. Your website is, the company spent 1.3 million on it. You don't have to spend any from your pocket. It's constantly updated. We're coming out with hosiery and skincare and suits and hats and stuff like that. Cologne. Oh, I was wondering what that is. So just imagine you can access this, okay? And we have ongoing training. I'm going to be doing a lot of presentations while I'm here, so put your friends and family in front of me. I will look after them. We'll show them how to benefit. And we work together. You're not by yourself, okay? We work with you, okay? So here's what I want to do right now. I want to bring up a few people so you can hear about their experience in the company, because I'm tired. And I don't want you thinking it's about me, okay? It's not about me. I'm just a messenger, okay? I'm like that mule that has sacks of diamonds on it, right? You know, I'm just a messenger. So I want to, Anne-Marie, please. Carmel. AJ. Karen, come back up, please. Callie. Tim, Richard, and Keith. Well, the reason why I brought up all of you, remember you're on camera, so make sure you just take 1 minute to say your name, what you do for a living, and why you're in GWT, and then come this way.
Okay. Good. Okay. Hi world. Hi everyone. My name is Ramcharitar. I've been with GWT for 7 years. I used to work for a landscape company. As Anil said, I moved here from Quebec City. I couldn't speak English. Became a single mom. Was going through divorce, so I was really tough. I was looking for a home-based business or something I could actually start making extra income, so I can pay bills. Right? Like nobody want to be stressed and stuck in that rat race and not going anywhere. So I launched my virtual designer mall with Global World Trade and never looked back. I now retired from my job or fired my boss, to call it whatever you want to call it. It's been the best thing ever. My 10-year-old is super happy because I'm always at every volunteering. I'm in the community with the school. In the summer, we're always off camping and partying and doing things and things like that. That's what this company has done for me. And what I really love about it is the room that we're all here together doing it. So I love empowering people to get into a better financial aspect. And that's why we're here. So thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Carmel, and I'm originally from Edmonton, and I actually have been in Calgary just for a few days for training. I've been with the company for 6 years, and it's absolutely amazing and breathtaking. Just love the absolute opportunity that I've been given. I feel like I've been absolutely blessed and very grateful to be part of this amazing company. So
Awesome. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Amriti Dillon. I'm actually very new in Canada. So I've been in the company for 4 months now, and because I love traveling, and I like to go around every now and then here and there. So I found when I found this GWT where I can travel, the most important was tax saving, where we can help people with tax saving. And my husband been here for 33 years, I would say 34. He didn't know about the tax saving. So I found about tax saving and I told him about it, and here we are.
Thank you. And you are both your mic and diamonds.
My name is Callie. I'm from Toronto. I came with Anil. We drove here to empower everybody in Alberta and meet all these amazing people in our family. I joined GWT because I want to walk my mom off her jobs. She has 5 jobs and she should already be retired by now. So my goal is to work with her here She's in Red Deer, and I'm gonna walk her off her job by January, and we're gonna travel.
Hi, my name is Karen Hardy, and I saw GWT in March when Renee Leal came on. I've been involved with other network marketing companies, and I really was in a bit of shock when I watched the presentation and saw the comp plan. And my husband and I both joined, we're Diamond, but we've got 2 positions. And this fits in really well with what I do. I do personal professional development consulting, and my mission is to be global, and lo and behold, I manifested global wealth trading. Yeah. So we're gonna travel, and we're gonna go for the luxury cars and the cruises and exotic vacations and all of it, and we want to take everybody with us.
I'm Keith Watt. I've been with the company actually for about 7 years, and really it was about 8 years ago. I was stuck on Deerfoot on my way to work. Knew it was going to be late, knew the boss was going to be mad. It was right there, and I realized I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. There is something out here that makes sense, and that's when I went and found it. This made sense. I haven't had a job in 5 years on purpose. So.
Thanks.
Hi there, I'm Richard Flexog. I have a full-time job, a part-time job. And when GWT came along, I was able to look at a way of reducing those 2 jobs, work toward working for myself, have 1 job, more time, more freedom. And in one of the jobs, I was asked to sign an agreement, which Neil was mentioning tonight, where reductions are happening, to have the possibility of going from 40 hours down to 24 hours if needed, to sign that agreement. For a split moment, I went, oh, then this came up in my brain. I have something in the background, I have something in my back pocket working for me. And it just took about that much time to click in, and whoa, I'm on my own. And that's what put peace of mind in my heart, to say I have something for me. It never happened to do the reduction so far, but at least I have something there in my back pocket. And that's what I like about this.
Hi, I'm Tim Bazooka. I've been in alignment for 35 years. So when the lightnings and all the snowstorms, that's when I'm out there working, making a lot of money for the government because it doesn't come to me. And I got tired of paying to the government. I wanted something back. Got great tax breaks, and then the government did something even better yet. They went and took the regular pension away and reduced that. So rather than getting a check every month for the rest of my life after I retire, they give you a lump sum of money saying, here you go, hope it's enough. So now I got this to help me to cover that shortfall. Thanks. Thank you.
So one thing I want to say is nobody here is a paid actor, right? Because people come up to me sometimes and say, no, is that all true? And I go, no, it's not all true. Everybody was paid here as an actor. So as you can tell, ladies and gentlemen, everybody are real people with real lives, with real careers, and with real fears and what they're dealing with. But they're happy they had a plan B building in the background. One of my mentors taught me this a long time ago. He's worth 100 million. He said, Anil, always have a plan B just in case you don't need one. Always have a plan B, just in case you don't need one. Just in case, okay? And I think a lot of people in this province is feeling it right now. And if they have, and some have plan Bs and they're so thankful, okay? So in conclusion, for those of you that came out tonight, thanks for spending time with us. We're gonna give you a $100 gift certificate for coming out. So you can use it towards anything on the site if this is not for you. So thank you for coming out. We as a company believe in rewarding people who take action. But those of you that see something here for yourself and you want to get those refunds on the boards, come see me or whoever invited you. We'll get you on track. And again, I recommend the diamond package. However, if you can't start a diamond, start at one of them and work your way up. But if you can't start a diamond, please do it because your tax write-offs are higher. Okay, and you get upfront products. And then we're going to start sharing this with people in your life so they too can benefit. Because we're going to be running these meetings. I'm doing one on Wednesday. That's going to be a full presentation like this on taxes. So if you want to come back out and learn more, please do, and bring your spouse or bring your significant other or other people. So in conclusion, It's time to live again. It's time to stop worrying and stressing about the future. Now you can take action. You can take action tonight to start building that plan B and start getting those refunds and writing stuff up. It's up to you. See, one thing I know is I'm 100% responsible for my life. I can't blame anybody. Wherever we are in life right now, whatever the situation is, we made that choice. So we put ourselves there, right? My dad used to always say, don't put your hand on the stove, you will get burned, but I still had to. And he used to always say, well, there you go. Put your hand on the stove, you need to get burned to learn that the stove's hot. So sometimes we need to go through stuff to realize, you know what, I gotta stop the insanity, I gotta stop making bad decisions and poor choices. So it's time to start creating what you want. And it's up to you. So I just talked to you tonight about two ways, saving and making. So it's up to you if you want to join us and participate. Either way, we thank you very much for coming out this evening. Thanks for putting up with me. I'm just going to bring up Ms. Anne-Marie Chantel to just share a couple of announcements before we're done. But this is my time. Come see me if you have any questions. And I want to give it back to all of you for coming out this evening. My name is Anil Ramcharitar. Thank you very much.
Thank you. What an incredible night, wasn't it? Awesome. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Anil, Mr. Anil, for being here, driving 36 hours to be here tonight. 36 hours straight. He didn't sleep. It takes 4 days to get to Alberta from Ontario. He did it in 3. It's impossible. Well, I guess it's possible because, well, everything is possible. So, a couple announcements coming up. First of all, we want to welcome you all to our GWT family. So welcome to our family. Second is that we're doing like a road trip all around. We're empowering so many people right now and with so many events because, well, now this is your first time seeing this tonight. You're going to want to come back. You're going to want to be able to talk to people. So we have like we can send you this. Basically here I'm going to break it down. This coming Wednesday, right here, 7:30, doing a full presentation. In Red Deer, Saturday, from 10 to 12:30, we're doing a presentation training called Fast Start Training, as well as a social media training from Ms. Callie Jensen that's going to share on this. So do not miss in Red Deer. If you know anybody in Red Deer, bring them, invite them. If you cannot make it for some reason, I don't know why, but make it happen. The next one is also another one in Calgary next Monday, every Monday, right here. Okay? Invite your guests and bring your friends, invite everybody you know so they can learn how much to save back. Imagine all the people we can bless in this economy. So, and then the last and not least, we have Miss Sanat Women. She's the senior vice president of the company. All the products has to go through her to inspect before it's even sent to the manufacturer. She's flying all the way from Toronto. Everybody wants a piece of her. Everybody wants her. She's coming quickly to Calgary before she's going to Rome the next day. Okay? We're just very blessed to have her coming to Calgary and Edmonton. So that's in August the 18 here. Actually, it's not in this place where we rented a whole hotel for her. So the entire place will be just jam-packed. So make sure you grab your ticket and you know how many people is coming because it will be so jam-packed that we want to make sure your guest is there and well taken care of. And then we're going off to Edmonton for a few days there as well. So those are the announcements that I have. Come and see me. We do have a gift certificate and survey that we're going to hand out here for you. So a quick 5 questions so we can give you your $100 gift certificate and of course the application so you can get started to save back your get your money back. So thank you very much. My name is Anne-Marie Chantal, ambassador with the company. No, they're not. Okay. So I'll just pass these to the guests so you guys can. Thank you.
Anybody else is a guest? Just put your